Marker. So the marker is placed for those that are on Twitch. The markers are placed because we do have YouTube, and the YouTube folks get to see from this point forward. We're going to be playing some Red Punisher to close out the night tonight. We've got just the very slightest of changes here. We're going to be trying to take on this companion method. The deck is basically a version of Obosh, but before Obosh was even a thing. So we have Torbrand here to actually add extra damage to our spells. This will turn a Force of Rage, for example, into 10. It'll turn Eidolons into 4. It'll take Leyline of Combustion to 4. It'll make Lightning Bolts 5. The gist here is we're trying to swing in with damage, close the game out quickly, do it with creatures, spinning them sideways. Top end finishes are Force of Rage, Embercleave, Torbrand, Hazoret, or maybe just a big Rabblemaster. One small fine tune to this list that's a little bit different. There's usually Harsh Mentors here. However, if Lurrus shows up, Ash Zealot doesn't only first strike, but does damage if a player casts something from the graveyard. We'll see how that plays out, hopefully running into some Lurruses. We're going to be playing this. I apparently have 14 in the sideboard right now, so if someone would like to give me an extra card, we will add that, and then we'll get going here. Looks slow. Wow. It's not. Don't worry. For whatever reason, I have 61 cards, so apparently I've moved one by accident, main board. What did I move main board here? It's probably just the Koth. A Smash? What about a Torp Orb? Let's do a Torp Orb. Let's do that. Let's do a Torp Orb. Let's go. One Magus down. Let me grab one more Torp Orb and let's run it. Good enough. Good enough. I know I didn't take your input. Oh well. We're just going to run. Red Punisher here in Modern. What if we just took out all the 2 and 4 drops? Then the deck wouldn't curve nicely. It wouldn't curve so nicely. It would be a little bit strange. It wouldn't do what we wanted it to do. What would you be doing instead of all those 2s and 4 drops? I like the idea of a couple Torp Orbs too. We're going to probably see a Yorion, and Torp Orb just hard shuts that down. Let's see how it runs. By the way, thank you all for the subs and the follows tonight. We've gotten quite a few. A little more than normal. More 1-drops and more 3-drops. It would be perfect. Well, then we can't play Embercleave either. We're literally a 2-4-6 mana deck instead of a 1-3-5 mana deck. Then we'd have a companion. Oh. Well then. I'm going to keep this because that usually means creatures, and I've got 3 removal spells here. Let's go. Oh no. Spire Bluff. They're on humans? Maybe. Maybe. We'll find out. Spire Bluff Canal. I kept the hand thinking, but maybe it's Turbo Turtle. Maybe it's Turbo Turtle. And no, I'm not making that up. Turbo Turtle is a thing that's being played a little bit around the MTGO universe. More red for our opponent. Blue-red. Electromancer. Nah, I'm not interested. And we will bolt it. I can save the Bone Crusher Giant for this next turn. Alright, looks like we're going to get to Bone Crusher. Maybe play it out. Bone Crusher, Chandra, etc., etc., etc. Who knows what they're doing? They should play that land first. Oh no! It's a real awkward brawl there. It might be Storm. Oh my gosh. We're gonna get got here. Apparently they are. Why not? I can just play a 5/5 now. What am I supposed to do against a 5/5 here? They could literally play this right now. They missed their card with Manamorphose? Oh gosh, they're going to Past in Flames already? Oh crap. Look at them maybe double down on Bone Crusher Giants here on the Baral. Well, what's really cool here is I do have a Leyline of Combustion. That'll be fun. We'll see how that plays with our opponent. They don't target me too much, so it could shut off a Grape Shot. There's a Gifts Ungiven. Okay. How long until the companions get banned? I don't think it'll be a total banning. Who knows? Who knows? Manamorphose and Past in Flames. Land drop. Am I just dead? Am I dead here? Serum Visions. That's not dead yet. Maybe I Chandra downtick here. You 5-0 today without a companion? I think everyone just needs to get a little bit, you know, companion decks are, yeah, they're build-arounds, but I think a lot of things are just a little bit confusing for everyone. Attacks me for some damage here. Wonder if I just slam Chandra here, or I'd try to do this Bone Crusher Giant. Let's try Chandra. I don't want to stomp them and stomp them again. Alright. So they got Baral going. I think we lose here, but that's okay. We have Eidolons, we have Blood Moons, Leyline of Combustions. We know what we're playing against. Shouldn't be a problem here. We'll F6 through the turn, see if they can kill me. Drink a little bit of water. Be a nice fast game here. Look at this. Our opponent is a champion. Look at this. Click, 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 click. What a champion. They got this down. Storm counts at 8. Gifts. How did the 4-color league finish up? 3-2. Got another Past in Flames in here anyway. What are you at? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Alright, you got me, opponent. You got me. You got plenty of mana. You got the Grape Shot down there. You can remand the Grape Shot. I suppose you can't remand it because it's from there. Alright, Relics in, Leylines in, Hazard in. Embercleave's out. Chandra's out. Bone Crushers. Let's think here for a moment. We take one Bone Crusher out. Let's not do all the Hazards. One Force, 2 Force. Force of Rage has really helped us finish the game out. Maybe I should not have the War Bosses and keep the Force of Rage. But I think Ash Zealot and Eidolon should be enough, plus Leyline of Combustion. We should be able to really hamper our opponent here if we get any of these. Alright, we'll keep this. I'll play the Leyline down. I'm going to have an Eidolon on turn 2. And it's just going to do a bunch of damage to my opponent. Their companion's still still enabled here. Serum Visions. If I could send this lightning bolt upstairs, it'd be good. Force of Rage, Lightning Bolt, and Eidolon here. It's looking good so far. Eidolon in play. Just get to Force of Rage next, maybe. Do 6, 7, 8 damage. What are we going to play here? Manamorphose decides damage is the way to go. Alright, what else? They just say pain. Oh, triggers. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be painful. Targets again. Nice. That was exceptionally painful. I'm just gonna Force a Rage here and swing. This is another 6 damage. Bam. They're down to 6. Probably 4 with the idea of this Leyline of Combustion. They don't shock this in. They play a Baral. If I got a Simian Spirit Guide, I could swing. I guess I just Lightning Bolt here, right? Like, am I supposed to Lightning Bolt this? If I Lightning Bolt this... Can't quite hazard attack, unfortunately. What are the chances they kill us next turn? It's low. Might be... It's probably even lower if I get to hazard here. I'm gonna kill the Baral there. I'm gonna kill the Baral. They can't really target me with the gifts very easily here. They play a new Baral. Land drop. Now if I would have just gone upstairs, we'd be pretty good. Well, I say that. Then they would have had to... They had all the mana for Baral. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm gonna attempt to hazard here. They've got the remand, they've got the remand. I'm holding the land so that I can play it after and swing. And it's a really good land here too. And then next turn I can pitch with Hazard and shoot Bone Crusher Giant at them with a stomp. They more than likely have to block this. Alright, they're going to 5. What do we have? Something that bounces this? Desperate Ritual. Repeals the ley line. That's pretty good. No, they repeal... Sorry, they repeal Hazard. Okay. Never mind. I thought they were going to repeal the ley line. Well then, they're at 3. Sleight of Hand is the choice. I mean, maybe I just attempt to stomp them this coming turn, and then they've got to kill me, and they have to bounce Leyline to kill me. What's that? Sleight of Hand, opt. 2 cards remain. Desperate Ritual, or Pyretic, sorry, Manamorphose. They can't really target me at any point in this sequence. Empty the Warrens for enough? It's not there yet. Talking about the mass banning options. Alright. Opponent concedes. They have to at some point probably target me. Extra Bone Crusher and the Lightning Bolt. Plenty of damage. Plenty of damage. Let's bring a Force of Rage in over a Legion War Boss. Let's run it. Relics, Ash Zealot, Eidolon, what are we looking for? Leyline of Combustion, the hand's just gravy on top of all that. Let's do this. Let's do this. Need a Tremor. Yeah, they're going to try to empty the Warrens. We're just going to... Fingers crossed they don't do that. What about Electrickery? With a little bit of the Overload. It's always kind of fun. Getting to overload a card. Alright. We need a good starting hand against our opponent. Doesn't look like it's enough damage here. If I were to... Honestly, if I had a Ritual in hand instead of the Force of Negation, or the Force of Rage, I'd almost be tempted. I think we've got better cards than this, though. It's Mulligan. Nah, shoot. Now I have to eat my words. This is literally almost the same. I'm gonna keep and go crazy here. We're gonna keep and go crazy. We might have a turn 1 crazy play, but turn 2 looks pretty good with Torbrand in play. Sleight of hand for our opponent. This is a turn 2 Torbrand, which is pretty cool. With the Leyline of Combustion as well, it's kind of nuts. We'll see, though. I have no removal for any Brawls or anything like that, so if they play one of those, we could be off to the races here. Oh, look. Looks like a Remand. Let's go for it. If they have the Remand, they have the Remand. If they don't, we get them in. Alright, they had the Remand. Would have been great to top deck an Eidolon there, because then Eidolon played and then get the Torbrand again. Alright, so we tried to turn 2 Torbrand, they had an answer. Electromancer in play, tapped in, so they don't have another Remand. Just pass turn here. Alright. Well, we went a little all in on the ley line. Maybe they don't repeal this? Attacks for 2. Puts me to 18. Then combos? Does nothing. Relic's interesting, because they probably just have another Remand. And Relic gets underneath that. Likely not what they're expecting. Alright, so we've got a Relic. We have something at 3. Probably just a Gifts, right? Gifts Ungiven, take 2. There's the Gifts, Leyline. Gifts Ungiven goes and gets a couple cards here. Our Storm opponent's pretty far ahead of us. We'll give them 2 ritual effects here. Giving them 2 ritual effects. Past in Flames and Manamorphose to the bin. Less draws for them. Relic can be popped here in response to what's going on. I can eat their yard still. Pyretic. I can eat at any point here. Splicing. Do I want to pop this now? Probably need to. All right. You get a few things here with the Past in Flames. Fact or fiction? Well, here. You can have Electromancer or a bunch of lands and repeal. That was a poor one there. Past in Flames goes off here. They Desperate Ritual, and then they get to do Fact or Fiction Manamorphose again. It's pretty good off of Past in Flames through a Relic so far. This is a harder one to split. Split it this way. I don't think there's any good way to split this. They're going to take Pyretic and Serum Visions. They have a lot of cards in hand. They still have to bounce this with their repeal at some point. Empty. Alright, so they go wide enough to kill us here. We don't have Anger the Gods in this list or in this build. I'll still take the top just to see what it is. But it looks like our opponent got us 2 damage. Maybe I should have dug a little bit deeper for the Ash Zealot and the Eidolon here against our opponent. Cool. Alright. Storm versus. Interesting enough that they're playing a Wellspring here. A little surprised. We took 1 game down against the Storm opponent, but we didn't get the third. Unfortunate. We'll keep going, though. Red Punisher, trying to beat up some people here in Modern. In Modern. Playing that sweet stuff. Alright, let's play first. Let's get a hand with lands in it. Let's keep this, and I think a turn 1 Rabble Master sounds interesting. And then we'll try to Ember Cleave. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Why not? We're here to play fast Magic. Doing our thing. Opponents mulled to 5 cards. They do not have a companion either. Which is good for us. Alright. Don't be able to kill my Rabble Master, please. Rabble Master turn 1, go ahead, opponent. In for 1. Ta-da! Ta-da! Alright. Sacred Foundry is probably the worst thing for us to see, but it comes into play tapped. Okay. Ooh. Little Ash Zealot here, too. Let's go. Next turn we Ember Cleaving, I believe. If I did the math right. Going for that turn 3 kill. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Boom. Takes some damage down to 11. Here we go. Black, 2 Cliffs. 2 mana. What do you got? Terminate? Terminate would be pretty decent. Croxa? Croxa would be fine. Crocs would be completely fine here. Collective Brutality, taking Rabblemaster, gaining some life back. Land drop? Thank you. Go ahead and swing. Play this in. Attach it to the Ash Zealot. Doing the damages, doing the damages. Got that land, hitting them for 6, 7, 8. They would have been killed if they didn't get rid of that Rabblemaster. Down to 5. Presenting lethal to our opponent. To switch this around, it's just 3, so that's good. If they were to remove Ash Zealot, I could move it around. Bloodstained Mire, fetching. At this point, I'm good with any of my bolts, pretty much. I'm good with any of my stomps. I'm good with a Force of Rage. Helix would be annoying. Oh. Okay, Hushbringer. I will go to combat. I've got to have like a Fatal Push, right? Right? Fatal Push? Maybe these were greedy to attack with, but... It's got to be a bolt or a push, right? It is a Fatal Push. Alright. They're kind of down to nothing here. And we'll have a 2/2 little goblin. Double striking haste trample. Alright, so the push does the push things. We can get in for 2 this coming turn. Get around the Hushbringer. 3 mana. Lingering Souls. I would technically lose my goblin here. They attack with Hushbringer. Wow, why would you do that? Okay, now I can blindly attack them. Yeah, it's totally fine. So many lands. I'd need a spell. I can cast everything in my deck. Come on. Jump blocks. And then gets hit for 3. Connecting to their face. Down to 2 they go. We'll just hold this land. Maybe make them one to Thoughtseize, but they can't. Lingering Souls in the yard here. Even an Ash Zealot would have been really good. Would have caused them damage from the yard. Lingering Souls. What are we doing? Hitting me for 2? Hit me for 2, go back up to 3. Hitting me for 1, go back up to 3. Have 3 blockers. Holds it all back. Oh. Torbrand? I'm just gonna swing with the goblin. Just hope they don't have Liliana or something. So, my opponent concedes, but they're actually okay for a turn here. Because of the way how Torbrand works. But that's okay. Let's see here. I think Blood Moons and Maguses kind of sound tempting. We saw the ETB creatures. So we have the Torp Orbs that don't matter. Let's get rid of a Braids for a pair of Blood Moons. I think I just want to go wider than my opponent. Let's bring a Hazard in for 1 Chandra here. Not worry about too many Maguses. Bringing the Blood Moons in, they're a little harder for our opponent to kill. I'm not going to bring in ley lines. Although they had the collective brutality, I don't think I need to worry about that. This hand is garbage. This hand's garbage. We're going to mulligan it. I can't have one land here. We already danced around with some of that stuff going on. All right, let's try this. I don't particularly like just having 2 lands here. Get rid of the Force of Rage because it can be easily chump blocked. I'm expecting Thoughtseize Inquisition here. We're keeping the Hazard because the Hazard's pretty good against Mardu. They could have Path, but it's still fairly good against a lot of the destruction spells. It won't get through because it's going to get chump blocked a whole bunch. There's the Inquisition. So here's an idea. Can you build a list where you get to hazard it and use it with Zerta? Oh gosh, it's another Torbrand. I don't want another Torbrand. Think about that. Can we do Hazarets? Can we do Hazarets, Boros Reckoners, Walking Ballistas? You could play Karn in that as well. And what you could do with Karn is you could go get a Painter Servant. Play Zerta as your companion. And play Prison with those creatures. How would that be? Would we approve? Are we onto something? We're probably not onto anything. We'll just keep F6ing here. We've been drawing Torbrands and Hazards here. My opponent's probably got Lingering Souls. We'll see, though. We'll see. Hushbringer. That's fine. It's not a bad top deck. I'll take the Rabblemaster here. Swing for 1. Maybe they'll go ahead and use Bloodstained Mire in the main phase. They may not have a stop here in the main phase. They don't. We do have to send the Goblin in unless they kill the Rabblemaster. It would be best for them to allow this to swing in and then follow it up with killing the Rabblemaster at this point. They would gain 1 life here. If they kill it now, I don't have to send the Goblin in. Looks like they're going to kill it. Pew pew. Lets the Goblin go in. Hushbringer blocks. And then they will bolt Rabblemaster or Fatal Push since they've fetched and have Revolt on. Bolt it is. Alright. Bolt, 2 cards remain. We got Hazard and Torbrand. Torbrand's going to be the first thing we play. Need a land here. Liliana of the Veil. That's not ideal for us. Maybe they'll attack me with their Hushbringer. If they attack with the Hushbringer, then the Hazard off of a land could win against the Liliana. We'll get rid of a Torbrand. No reason to keep 2 Torbrands here. They do attack with Hushbringer. I don't understand that. Land, Hazard, swing at Liliana. Let's go. 1-time land. Simian Spirit Guide land. Alright. We'll do this because it does get rid of the Liliana as well. I'm okay with that. There you go. Force of Rage. Removal at its finest. They have Trample too, and it would have gotten through even if the Hushbringer was back on defense. Cool. Hushbringer, 2 cards to beat. Land, 1 card to beat. Tapped. Wonder what else they've got. They swing with Hushbringer. I like it. Getting in there. Up to 17, down to 18 for us. Land drop, please. Force of Rage tokens. Goodbye. Well, that's a pretty good card. Blood Moon. Mono red versus mono red. Lingering Souls are offline now. Liliana is offline. Collective Brutality. Inquisition. Thoughtseizes. Hushbringers. And that's about all we've seen so far. That's about all we've seen. Hushbringer coming in for damage. Thank you. All right, we got our land, we got our hazard. We're gonna go ahead and swing in for 5. Feels fairly safe here. We'll follow this with Torbrand, swing in for 7 the following turn, and we'll have it in about 2 turns here. Have it about 2 turns. Gets in with Hushbringer. I like it. Getting aggressive. Goes up to 14, down to 16 for us. Like that aggressive attack, but our opponent gives it up. To play the Torbrand, hit him for 14 damage, drawing a card, bolting, 5 damage with the bolt next turn, and a Legion War Boss. Plenty of damage coming down. We're 1-1 in matches here, playing Red Punisher in Modern. If you're enjoying yourself and are watching this on YouTube, consider subscribing. If you're watching live right now here on the Twitch chat, I think you should wake up and throw an emote in the chat just to let us know. Maybe consider hitting that follow button if you're brand new. And if you're interested in our YouTube or Discord or other things like Twitter for notifications, Nightbot's been so kind as to put those in the chat. We did put up videos last week. We didn't get any this weekend. However, we have a Yorion and a Luris coming up soon. We have shared the Luris one a few times in chat. We'll go ahead and do that one more time here because it's a hot one. Hey, look, people are awake. What's up, people that are awake? All right, turn 2 Rabble Master into Force of Rage Embercleave seems pretty good. Oh, look at that robot. Keep. Our opponent does not have a companion. The game should be fair. Uh-oh. Watery Grave. With no follow-up. Okay. We're going to be battling a Death Shadow opponent, I think. Opt. You do the puke? His sad night? Are you sick, Last God? Windswept Heath. Strange. Strange our opponent is. Let's go ahead and attempt a Rabble Master here. If it does sit here, we do get creatures. If it doesn't sit, oh well. Got a Rabble Master to follow after that. Double down on the Rabble. Ooh, it gets in too. Ooh, this game. Ooh, this game. Fetch. Overgrown Tomb. We have what? An Abrupt Decay? Assassin's Trophy? Assassin's Trophy would light up the bolt. Probably not what I want to be playing just yet. Fatal Pushes. We make the token here. We will go ahead and swing in for 1. Why not? Death Shadow looks like maybe 4 colors, maybe not. Sultai? Looks like they're just going to pass it back to me. Passing it back, we'll just, let's slam a War Boss here. If they have a counter, I'd rather War Boss get countered here. I'm going to go wide anyway here in just a moment. Okay. What do we got? Snapcaster Fatal Push. Cycle's a Waterlogged. This turns on Revolt. Watery Grave Fatal Push is online. However, they've already let us create the token. They've already been through this once, so they haven't put a main phase stop on their turn yet. We'll swing for 2. Swing for 2. If they play a Death Shadow, we could bolt it. Shocks in with the Blood Crypt. Thought seizes us. Well, this is fine. Which would you like, opponent? The one that does 6, the one that makes dues, the one that hits you directly to the face, or the one that's going to double strike you to death? That's actually not the one I would have taken. Death Shadow. It's a 5/5. Oh, do we have 2 Death Shadows? Oh, hotness. Heck yeah. He chooses death. Soon he will have death upon him. We're going to go to second main phase here. Hello. You want to say goodnight to people? Okay. Second main phase, Rabble Master. I kind of want to bolt. Kind of want to bolt. We're just going to pass. We're going to bolt on their turn. Who's the wife? Those emotes. Alright, so the Embercleave is definitely pretty nifty here that they took. Can't go wide enough to kill them just yet. Fetch Shock, Team Battle Rage. Could chump block if we feel threatened. Any plans for Luca Emrakul deck soon? Not sure, but maybe. Not tonight for sure. Maybe Wednesday? I've got a lot of companion things to get through too, because I figure I need to get the companion videos out before something drastic happens to companions. My opponent attacks for 5. We'll allow that through. Embercleave in Modern? What a madman. Nah, just straight genius. Straight genius. What is this? Dismembers? Rabble Master. Let's go ahead and attempt a bolt here. It would have to be a Fetch Shock to prevent. Okay. We have a Force of Rage. We have a Bone Crusher Giant here. They have 1 card. Do I just go for the Force of Rage here? Is that last card Stubborn Denial? It would be a fetch and a shock to stop the Force of Rage. I think I go for this. It could be a Fatal Push. That would be really drastic and bad. If it's a Fatal Push, that kind of ruins us too. I guess we got to try it, right? Force of Rage. If it's not the Stubborn Denial right here, right now. And I can do 5. We'll just hope it's not a Fatal Push. It's 5 damage. We got there. Nice. Got there. Leyline of Combustion in, Magus, Blood Moon, Mega, blah, 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 all this junk. Blah. Ash Shells aren't very good in this matchup. We can pull those. We can pull Braids here. Probably pull the Chandras. By the way, okay, I was going to say. Let's drop 1 Leyline of Combustion here. Let's drop 2 Blood Moons. One more Blood Moon in, 1 Bone Crusher out. Cool. All right, good. I'm good. We don't want to accelerate them too crazy here. The ley lines, though, are kind of interesting because those plus Eidolons can actually make it so the game is kind of... Oh my gosh. I want to play this so bad, and I just want to get all the lands off the top. I want to so bad. Look at all these sweet 3-drops. I have to mulligan probably. I'll flood out, won't I? I will if I keep this. I'll flood out. It'll be perfect. They're going first. They're going first. So I have a draw. Keeping it? Should we keep it? No. I can't do that, Zale. I can't do that. No. That doesn't work. Force of Rage. Yeah, it's the upkeep thing. Otherwise, that would be so much fun. 18 cut. You can make an attempt, but I don't believe. I'm keeping. We're going. You did a derp. Oh, but it would have been a great derp. Can you imagine Fetch, Shock, Thoughtseize? It's like dump, win. Alright, they're going to check this hand out and be like, whoa, Fluffy, what you doing over there? Fetch, Shock. Street Wraith. Thoughtseize me. Do it. That Simian Spirit Guide. Don't come crawling back on turn 3 with 1 land. Land. Oh, didn't hit it. It's almost a land, right? We're gonna chill here for a turn. Gonna chill. Stomping Ground. Opponent has no fear. No fear. I'm going to get rid of a Legion War Boss. Come on, land. Go ahead and Thoughtseize me. Inquisitions. Dang it. They're going to take Simian Spirit Guide. Oh, this is getting worse and worse. They took the Magus. What? Why would you do that? Land Eidolon. We're still going for this. It's just a Tarmogoyf. What's hilarious is we can block that with the Forces of Rage. Alright, we hit our land drop. I'm just going to play an Eidolon and pass turn. It's about to get interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Who's the GG now? You're sorry if you cursed me? No, there's no curse yet. There's no curse yet. Watch this Tarmogoyf. Boom. Easy. Exile. We'll exile Force of Rage here. We'll take a bit of damage. If they want to counter this, fine. Otherwise, I get this Tarmogoyf. Delish. Delicious. Double block. Would you like to shoot one of those? We went in, we're trying. We kept a one-lander on the hopes and dreams of triple Force of Rage. We're going deep here. Bolts an elemental. Goes to 10. Careful, opponent. You might just die. You might just die. What else we doing, opponent? I see that watery grave over there. Death Shadow. Force of Rage tokens disappear from life. How do we want to do this? If I were to force a rage now, wouldn't win. Let's play a Rabble Master here. And we'll pass the turn. We could force a rage defensively here, getting rid of Simian Spirit Guide and have the Bone Crusher Giant. We could. Depends on how they block here. If they block. They do block. Watch this. This is gonna be fantastic. They're not gonna know what hit them. Force a rage defensive. We're almost there. What is this? What are they doing? Stop. Abrades the Eidolon. Okay. Denied. If I hit a land here, I think I win. They can't attack with anything, and they know it. I'm going to play Torbran. And we'll just pass the turn. Just pass the turn. If I need to, I'll Bone Crusher Giant. Off the Force of Rage. These Force of Rages have been great. We're not going to send in Rabble Master just yet. Soon, though. Next turn. Force of whose? Raging. Negations. Raging. Vigors. Everything. This is what I love about Force of Rage. I think it's just such a... I think it's a more versatile card than most people want to believe in. Alright, are we attacking with everything? We're attacking with a 7/7 Death Shadow here. Why would we do that? Teamer Battle Rage Dismember. Street Wraith. They have to be Street Wraith Teamer Battle Rage. They might have another Death Shadow. I'm just going to let this go. I don't think I beat Street Wraith Teamer Battle Rage anyway. Okay. If they have another Death Shadow, our Force of Rage lights them up. And we win the game. Probably. Maybe not. Question marks. And if they tap out of the blue here to play like a Death Shadow, and I top deck a Bolt, Bone Crusher, and that. Oh, Overgrown Tomb. Shocks it in. Well, this dude right here is lethal. Leaves up some blue mana. I need them to top out of the blue. I guess I should test the waters here with the Bone Crusher Giant. Maybe they just let this resolve for getting Torbran and don't counter it. There's a Stubborn Denial. So I can't really send everything in here. So we'll just pass the turn, sending one Gabo in. Now I have to block. Now I have to block. Dun, 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 dun. What do you got? An Opt. Okay, Force of Rage is lethal now if they attack with everything. Teamer Battle Rage? Dismember? Thoughtseize. Okay, Force of Rage is not lethal. However, they're at 2. I can now block. And I have quite a few spells that get them for 2 here. So they send everything, obviously. Do you have a bolt or something? Nope. All right. We're going to look for any burn spell, any force, any hazard. Pretty much anything hasty. Ash Zealot might even do it. That'll work. All right. Whoop, buddy. That was a close one. That should be game. We have a lot of burn in the deck, so that was good for us. Eidolon wouldn't have done it. War Boss. Ruins would have done it. Woo, buddy. 2-1. Never punished. Never punished. Thank goodness. Oh, buddy. Basically, I needed to not hit my goblins or my Eidolons. We're always trying to punish. We'll play first here. My opponent looks like they're declaring maybe something here. Punisher Prison always punishes. There you go. There you go. Luris. Let's go. Keep in this hand. We got a turn 2 Rabble Master. Make it run. Ready for this opponent. Ready for it. See if we can beat him. Turn 2 Rabble Master. Force of Rage. Ember Cleave. Babble Rabble. Babble Rabble. I don't know about that. Opponent mulls to 5. Brett K. What's up? How you doing, Brett K? What's up, Brett K? Plains for our opponent. A Giver of Runes. Let's go ahead and go up here to the Rabble Master. Giver of Runes and Luris is going to be really difficult to beat. Goblin gets blocked. Nothing else to do there. We can probably just Force a Rage and then Ember Cleave. Possibly. We'll get things going here. Ghost Quarter for our opponent. Interesting. Aether Vial, Leonin Arbiter, Dahlia. Dahlia would be awful. That's really good. So it's like a Death and Taxes Luris build here. It's pretty good for them. That's pretty good for us. Taxes death. Death and taxes. Alright, so I can't really exactly take care of the Thalia here because of the Giver of Runes, but maybe I can go ahead and nail that Giver of Runes here. Let's see what's on 3. It might be just the big Dream Den, which would actually be problematic for us because we'd have the Bone Crusher Killing Giver. And then the Luris would just get it back. But hey, thankfully for us, our opponent decides to Selfless Spirit here. They pro Guardian here for red. At least I have a Bone Crusher Giant to play next. Got a Thoughtseize or something? A Carrion Feeder. They do have a lot of protection right now. Hello there, Ash Zealot. How are you? Good? I thought so. Luris is never going to die. Where's the companion? It's right here. I think we just cast a Bone Crusher Giant past turn. So they're going to maybe this coming turn play a land in Luris and then Giver. But if they don't have that land, I can wait a turn here and get Ash Zealot down. I heard Ash Zealot was a card. Look at that little basket over there. Alright, looks like we're going to get a Giver of Runes back. It's going to make the game really hard for us. There comes Luris. Gets a Giver back. Swings for 2 in the air. Nope. Okay. Sounds good. I like it. I'm frustrated about this Selfless Spirit. It's gonna ruin us. Maybe I just play Ash Zealot and pass turn. This Giver's gonna be online. It's gonna be awful. I like that basket around the fluffy howl. That looks really good. Alright, so Carrion Feeder can grow, but they can't loop here with the Ash Zealot out. They'll take a lot of damage. Selfless Spirit is a thing right now. Giver Runes is online and can be protected 2 ways here. Tide Hallow. Ugh, this is awful. Sacrifices Tide Hallow. Okay. What would you like to take, opponent? None of this really hurts you. So what do I need? I need almost Torbrand followed by Hazoret and then just start throwing things at my opponent's face. That is probably all I need. Carrion Feeder would be able to get pro-red with Giver Runes and hit me for a bunch, but it shouldn't be too large due to Ash Zealot. You like the opponent's build? It's a nice build. It's a nice build. I think it's appropriately using Luris here. They're going to get to Tide Hallow Scholar here a whole bunch with, with Luris, which is pretty good. They take Chandra. Interesting. Follows this up with a Thoughtseize. Would cost 2. Ghost Quarters, they're clearing in order to replay Tide Hallow. Takes damage to do so. Carrion Feeder sacrifices Tide Hallow in response to the trigger. I could exile here, but I'm not going to bother. I want to keep 1 card here. Luris is on the fast track to getting banned in some Eternal formats. Totally makes sense to me. Alright, got a 3-3, a 2-1, a 1-2, and a 3-2 to beat. Castle's not a bad thing to have here. The whole protection with Giver is a problem. This might be the first ever card banned in Vintage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Bothersome gaining that life. My opponent goes straight to combat here. We have this Force of Rage. Swings for 2 in the air. Not much you can do about this. Silent Clearing. Could cycle that. Ash Zealot trigger. Ash Zealot's doing what we want it to do. I guess I'll just do this. I guess I'll just put it into play. And they go away now. Embercleave. Let's send the token in, and then I can at least put the Embercleave into play. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd have to attack with something else here. So this casts nothing less right now. When I attack for 1, it'll be 6. What if I just do this? What if I just do this? They're like, whoa, hold on. Thalia, Luris here, blah, 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 blah. They're like, whoa, hold up. Hold up. Have I seen the last modern challenge on MTG Top 8? I'm going to allow Giver to protect. And then we're going to bring this flying in. And we're not going to care about Luris here. We're going to get rid of this Thalia. Carrion Feeder just kills the Thalia here, but we get through for some hefty damage, which is nice. Oh gosh, they have a path. Ah! We got. Oh, da, 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 da. Well, I think we just died. I think we can concede this one. Move on to game number 2. Yes. They still have gas. They can just sacrifice, play things. I don't want to lose my Ash Zealot just yet, but I think we're good. Ah! Unbelievable. All right, so let's go ahead and go to sideboard here. We got some relics that I want. I want these Blood Moon effects here. All of this is coming in. Force of Rage doesn't make much sense in this matchup for the most part. And then let's go ahead. Let's take a pair of, you know what, let's just take all the Eidolons out. No, Eidolon always triggers. That's kind of like the pro of that. Let's get rid of 2 Legion War Bosses. 1 Ember Cleave. One Simian Spirit Guide. Alright, relics for Luris here. Eidolons, Ash Zealots also for Luris, basically. We're going to try to get a Blood Moon relatively fast. I know I ditched a Simian Spirit Guide, but we should be good there. Tor Brands, all the good stuff. Probably Chandra's the better one here. The Force of Rages are bad against Thalia as well. And they can get chump blocked, and actually it's not just a chump block, it's just a flat-out kill. Do that first strike. Alright, let's play first. Let's see that Luris. There he be. Alright, we'll keep this. We can keep the graveyard in check here. I have a couple pieces of removal as well. Not the highest end starting cards here, but I'll take them nonetheless. Godless Shrine. We have a Giver. Perfect. We'll go ahead and definitely kill that. I'll probably do it with the Abrade as well. Deal 3 damage. Let's eat the graveyard here. And go ahead, opponent. Go ahead. Ghost Quarter here. Maybe they'll Ghost Quarter my Gemstone Caverns. Oh. Okay. Spirit of the Labyrinth. That's a nice one. I'll probably remove that. I can probably wait on removing it here too. Didn't hit our 3rd land here. Can't cast Eidolon. Bolt's the only card we can. Looks like they might hit me for 3 damage. We kind of want to save the Bolt for something a little more pesky, if possible. A Rabble Master could block this. Might just want to shoot Luris here if they have another land. White mana. A Giant Killer. Interesting. I'm just going to pass back to us. Nothing that I want to kill just yet. Let's go and play a Rabble Master. And I actually would consider trading the Rabble Master. I don't see Rabble Masters doing a whole lot this game. In for one. Don't brainstorm until after you deal with their spirit. Bolting Luris feels good here if they bring Luris in. Core Firewalker is really good against us. We are a mono red deck after all. That might be game. I hate to say. But that might be game. We are completely mono red. It gets awkward. There's an Ash Zealot. Let's play Eidolon past turn. I don't know what I'm going to do against the Core Firewalker. That's a reason to have a few Walking Ballistas in the sideboard. Oh well. Hits for 2. What are they going to play now? Yeah, our Dismember. Yeah. We kind of get punished every now and then when we find an Ashiok or a Core Firewalker with this build. So if you want to avoid that, play appropriately some sideboard cards, but we decide red is everything. Revoke Existence. The Giver. Well, I can bolt the Giver. We're just like prolonging this though. Let's try to draw a card here as well. See if we can draw. No. Double Ash Zealot and Eidolon here. Yeah, Gas Chamber, that is one out. But they're not keeping it back to block. They're definitely not keeping it back to block. Alright, Luris is down here. Probably just worth playing the Chandra and down ticking on Luris here, just to get rid of it. We do need to somehow just attack him with a bunch of Ash Zealots, really. Maybe I can kind of race them? I don't know. I'm going to be at 8. I don't feel like I can really race my opponent. Carrion Feeder here. Carrion Feeder is too much. Too big. Too beefy. 1, 2, 3. We can play a Goblin Rabble Master. We can play an Ash Zealot here. But other than those two, we're not really doing anything. I like our opponent's build, though. Kind of the Carrion Feeder looping, using mono-white little creatures to get things done here. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Hey, Dark Brotherhood of Steel, thank you for the follow. Just attack with the 1. Appreciate that follow. Field of Runes gives us a basic mountain. They're at 20. It'd be nice if they did keep the core Firewalker on defense because of the Rabble Master, but they're not going to. They see the light at the end of the tunnel here. Thalia. And a Lian Relic Warder. Oh, shoot. We have it, too. No! Ah, I have the Stomp, too. Just gonna attack with the 2 goblins here, leave the Ash Zealots back. I just see them doing core Firewalkers, though, all the way. Not much I can do here to get this to stay back on defense. If I could get that to stay back on defense, we'd be in good shape. As good as 5 life is. Stop attacking me. Leave the core Firewalker back. They know what's up. Slow death. The slowest of deaths. I got nothing. I got nothing. We're gonna swing all out here. Maybe they'll make a mistake. They think I've got Ember Cleave again. Maybe they'll block in a funny manner. That doesn't seem too funny. I can play Eidolon behind this, blocking the Carrion Feeder. They still do 3 to us with the Giant Killer here as well. Stomp is countered. Sacrifice 2 of these things for Carrion Feeder here. We do 2 damage. I can play an Eidolon, pass turn. Doesn't matter too much. They can just attack for 2 and probably just let us die by our own Eidolon. I think we're good. I think we're good. Tap down the creature as well. Well then, Giant Killer's kind of a cool way to get Carrion Feeder through easier. Lurrus helps them with all of their stuff going on. That's impressive. I like their build. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, 2-2. 2-2, going for the 3-2 here in the companion meta that we're battling against. I like that. It was very cool. Very interesting. Doing some very cool, just, I won't say super broken, but fun recursive elements. Good hand disruption. Good way to recursively do your hand disruption because it's a permanent. Being able to lock out the card because of the way Carrion Feeder and the triggers work. I think it's a very nuanced deck, and I like it. I like what our opponent did there. All right. If we find ourselves running into more of those, we could easily drop something in the sideboard and get some Dismembers or Walking Ballistas. All right. Match number 5, our final match of the night here coming up. Looking for our player. As a quick reminder, we do have all of our social pieces, but if you are a new subscriber, you can always hit up our sub-only Discord. We will be having an announcement probably this coming Friday for that Discord, so be sure you are in there. It does sync about once a day, so if you're not exactly in there and you are a sub, just keep that in mind. It may take one day to sync up. Let's keep this hand. Double Eidolon into a Rabble Master. Seems kind of like a fun little hand to play against our opponent as our final match of the night. No companion, by the way. Not as many companions in this league as they were in the previous league. My opponent's mulled to 3. Well, this one might be a fast one. We'll see. I wonder what 3 cards they could possibly want. And we are on the play. 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Neobrand? Possibly. Serum Vision's trying to set some things up. Could be. Hopefully not. We don't have Blood Moon. With the idea that it might be Neobrand, we'll go ahead and race out a Rabble Master. Swing for 1. We're going to race the Rabble Master out. It's a Red Punisher more than Prison, and it does appear we're against a Neobrand list. Our opponent concedes. Did not get what they needed, and we have a Rabble Master coming in. Garbage Man plays. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Lightning Bolt. Getting in. Getting in the damage. Blood Moon effects here. Embercleaves can come out. Chandras can come out. Braid can come out. It's really just this and hope they don't turn 1 us. It's not quite. It's Red Punisher. Red Prison was close on the votes. It's close on the votes. All right. My opponent has it here. This is just not good enough, so let's mulligan. Need something more explosive. We'll keep this. Get rid of a castle here. Could potentially turn 1 Blood Moon if I get another Simian Spirit Guide, but it is a turn 2 Blood Moon. Labman or Thassa? I have no idea which one they'll be playing. We'll just have to find out. Simian Spirit Guide? Off the top? Nope. Alright. They didn't reveal anything, so they have no Chancellors. I believe that's still a thing that they play. Excuse me. Waterlogged Grove. Allosaurus Rider. I've got nothing for this. Neoform. Gristlebrand. The Torpor would shut off the Oracle trigger. We'll find out if it's an Oracle trigger or not here. Be funny if they Summoner's Pact and then fizzled. Simian Spirit Guide. Double down on Simian Spirit Guide. Manamorphose. Gristlebrand. Like I said, we'll let this resolve and everything. If they randomly Summoner's Pact and fizzle, Blood Moon would kill them. Life Goes On is their choice of card. Gristlebrand again. Okay. Nourishing Shoal. Gristlebrand. Gristlebrand. Can't draw again, but they probably have another Nourishing Shoal at this point. You've only seen the Oracle version as of late? Well, then we can bring some Torp Orbs in. Alright, my opponent can draw the rest of their library and play whatever card it is. It may be Lab Maniac, it may not be. It'd be funny if it was Lab Maniac, and then I could, like, randomly kill them. But it's... 22 life is too much for just a random bolt. What are they exiling? A bunch of junk. So it's Lab Maniac. There you go. There you go. Lab Maniac. Turn 2 kill from our opponent. I guess I won't bring the Torp Orbs in. I could bring this a Braid in as a random try to get ya type of thing. But, no, I think it's really honestly just a Blood Moon. Hope they don't have Manamorphose and then have a fast clock afterwards. If they turn to us or something like that again, it is probably the one deck that I think should not be in the format. But what are you going to do? No lands here. We're going to mulligan this. I have 1 land here and the Simian Spirit Guide plus the Blood Moon. If I top deck a land, we're in great shape. If I don't, we lose. I have a Bolt. We could go in on this. Let's chance it. Our opponent's already playing super greedy. We'll try this. We have the bolt just on the off chance that they go too low. We can nail them. Lab man we can kill as well. Some random things we could do to our opponents. If we get a land off the top, we get the Blood Moon. Alright, my opponent's down to 5 cards here. They do have a Chancellor. We'll just hope they don't combo turn 1 here. I'll F6. I got nothing. What do you got, opponent? Here we go. I know they can Manamorphose with Blood Moon in play. Are we going to get finished off here with a turn 1 kill? We're going to go for this Lightning Bolt. Got to try for it. I'm sure they'll have like a Pact of Negation or something. Nourishing Shoal puts them back up to 21 here. Are the modern legal blue hate cards similar to Pyroblast? No. They're not. Ooh, Summoner's Pact. If I'm able to bolt this and then ritual out this Blood Moon. Alright, my opponent has 28 life. They should be able to get around a bolt on the Lab Maniac here. I think the problem for me with this is that it's just random luck if they have the combo. We're not really playing Magic. We're gambling here. I disagree with that quite a bit. Alright, we're at 28 here. Going down to 21. Fingers crossed that they can't finish us off here. Lab Maniac, one of the last 2 cards. Won't matter, because they have 2 Manamorphos in the deck as well. Street Wraith. Street Wraith one more time. Do it. Do it. Do it. How many Nourishing Shoals? 1, 2, 3, 4. Manamorphos. 7. I needed them to Street Wraith one more time. Life goes on. Now they're up to 20. So now that when they play Lab Maniac, I bolt the Lab Maniac in response and they just do Gristlebrand again. If I had another bolt here, it would be bolt Lab Maniac. Simian Spirit Guide and do it again, but we don't. Opponent beats us turn 1. There you go. Neobrand. It is what it is. It is a random deck. Coin flip, pretty much. I'm kind of curious if we would have hit our land. We would not have. We would never have. Oh gosh. Oh well. Not the best thing to go out on because it's just a turn 1 kill from our opponent. But hey, turn 2 and turn 1 kills. What are you going to do? I think personally something could just be banned very specifically from that list. And it's not because I think it's overpowered or anything, but anytime I play against it, you know, I'll be honest, if I went to F&M and I'm playing against that, why? Why are we even playing Magic at that point? It's very cool. It's an interesting kind of goldfish deck, but it is what it is. Red Punisher here in Modern, though. We got to play some Embercleaves, Torbrands, Forces of Rage, and Rabble Masters. I would argue we went 2-2. You can decide whether we went 2-3 or 3-2 based on that Neobrand list at the very end where we flipped more of a coin than played Magic. Blood Moon is sideboard. This is because of all the aggression we're trying to place here on turn 1, game 1. And so we have those all sideboard. Doesn't need to be sideboard. I think if you were to bring it in, you might as well go ahead and attempt to play something like just a red prison list at that point, which will probably be something we consider this coming Wednesday. But thank you all for watching this. I appreciate it. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe and like. And if you're not, we'll wrap up the stream here.